and going on to your current project, which is very exciting because I'll go back personally. In November, I was down to interview at Hard Rock Hell Festival, and I always do my research, so I listened to your latest album, which was mostly instrumental, Shades of Grey, but there was one song on there that has vocals on, and as soon as I heard Take Me Home, I thought, who is that singer? She is awesome. I have to find out who this singer is. So I had a look on YouTube, and then I saw her doing a version, I think it was with just an acoustic version of you and Kim doing Counts for Nothing, which is an old Red, White and Blues song.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely blown away.
Well, when we
good she was.
recorded the album, the actual album version is sung by Lorraine Crosby, who sings on the Meatloaf song I Would Do Anything for Love. So she sang on the album version, and then similar to you, I saw a clip on Facebook of Kim Jennett singing to an acoustic song, and I did the same thing. I've got to find out who this girl is because she's devastating. And as soon as I met Kim, I then realized I would like her to sing Take Me Home. So we went into a recording studio and did a new vocal take. And the vocal on the video is Kim,
right?
But the version on the album is Lorraine. Both of them phenomenal singers.
Absolutely.
But Kim just took it to another level. Devastating vocalist. And power of Facebook.
And let's say when I saw her version of Counts for Nothing, it was totally blew me away. Well, it's a fantastic song.
The thing is, when I first saw Kim, I made contact with her and I said, would you like to meet up in a rehearsal studio, which she agreed to do. And so I sent her Counts for Nothing, and I said, try singing, have a go at this, and we'll do Take Me Home. And she walked into the rehearsal room and she did. She just now Take Me Home, and then I said, well, did you learn the other one? She went, yeah, I'll have a go at that too. And so what you're seeing, that's her singing, I think maybe 2 days after she learnt the song.
Wow.
And we were in the rehearsal room, and Rich, who's playing with me tonight, he was in the room, and Adam was in the, and we were all very experienced musicians, and we were just like, oh my God, we're just watching a world-class vocalist, which she is, Yeah.
Well, as I said, I was doing lots of interviews at Hard Rock Hell, but I particularly wanted to see you guys play live, and I've never seen a performance go down as well. It wasn't just me that was stood there in awe. The whole 3,000 people in that hall were stood in awe of you and Kim.
Yeah, but I was stood
stage.
in awe watching her, because the way that it came about, the need for us to find a singer for Hard Rock Hell was very short notice. We had very little time to find someone who could come in. I mean, first of all, the Skin songs are not easy to sing because they were written for one of the best singers in the world. To sing songs like Tower of Strength, you have to be pretty good.
As good as Neville McDonald.
Yeah, I mean, when you're lucky enough to be able to write songs for singers of that caliber, you write melodies knowing that they can do them, but not many people can do them. But of course they went on to be quite well-known songs, and so you then have to find people that can sing them and are willing to sing them. It's a very short list. So Kim literally had 4 hours of rehearsal the 1 or 2 days beforehand, and then we were like, don't know how this is gonna go, and the way that we start the set, we start instrumentally, so we're all on stage, and then all of us, we just heard this voice, and on she came, and for the first couple of songs, I'm just watching in disbelief as she just devoured not only the songs but the crowd as well.
Just an amazing singer, an amazing frontwoman as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's very seldom you get both things together, and the whole band, we were just watching her really, because we were just like, wow. I mean, just amazing. So that a very memorable moment in our lives, for sure.
Well, from there you've done a tour with Black Star Riders, you've done a couple of dates of your own. Now you are, how far off finishing the album are you now? Because you've made an album for Kim, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing process. Recording albums is hard, and time restraints, and Kim lives in different parts, so it's a gradual basis. I would say we're about halfway through. But I'm not someone who's very fast in the studio. I'm more of a very meticulous. We need to re-sing, we need to rewrite, do this. So there's a lot of, that's how I work. So we're hoping to have it completely done and dusted by download. That's our,
Which is June.
That's our goal. But it will take a lot of commitment, which
So what I mean, you live in London. Kim lives near Manchester. Your rehearsal studio's in Manchester. Are you recording it there as well?
No, I have a studio in London.
Right. So Kim comes down to London.
Yeah, Kim comes down. I do all the bits and pieces that need to be done, like recording the drums and all the backing tracks and all that. That's my responsibility. And then Kim comes down and she does her vocals, and then I do all the production afterwards. You know.
Yeah.
It's a big job, production.
The first single that you recorded, that you released with Kim, was Love Like Suicide, which is an old Skin tune that was on Experience Electric.
It was. Lots of people say they're Skin songs, but they're actually my songs.
You recorded them with Skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Neville sang on it, you wrote the song.
This is something that sort of occurs a lot. It's like, I don't like it when such and such is doing it. It's kind of like, I wrote them. They're my songs. I'm allowed to play them with other people. You know, I was always the writer in the bands that I was in, but I fully accept that it's the singers that make a band famous. But the reality is, like,
you see, I don't follow that perception.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't follow it, because to me, you are Skin. Neville sang in Skin, but you were Skin.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, you know, and I fully understand. There's always conflict between band members. You know, I could go through a whole list of bands,
sure,
and
you could.
You know, there's whether it, you know, historically we all know who they are, and there's always a lot of tension between the writer and the performer. You know, it's like chicken and egg. You know, the performer, the lead singers in generally, they're very different breed to everyone else, and that's kind of what makes them a singer.
Yeah.
You know, if they didn't have that kind of self-absorbed, I'm the center of the universe, driven by insecurity and fear, they're very unlikely to stand out in front of 10,000 people seeking love and adoration. It's actually that flaw within their personality that puts them out there, desperate for that love and approval.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all like it. The writers tend to be driven by something very different, which is a desire to create something that lasts forever. And this conflict sort of goes on within all bands. And I'm yet to see that not happen within a band that I've sort of been in. You know, that always seems to be the tension within it, which is a good thing, and ultimately the thing that normally breaks it up.
Absolutely.
You know, because the writer will go, well, I'm not writing you any more songs then. You know, if you're gonna behave like that, get yourself another writer. And then you've got without me you're nothing mentality that comes from the singer. I could tell you 20 stories of how this pattern is existed from the beginning of time, you know, within music. So that's something you have to deal with. But in terms of the songs, they were my songs, so I just kind of think I can play them when I want. Anyone who wants to sing them is able to do them, but for me the songs are everything, you know.
From your huge canon of music then, why did you choose Love Like Suicide for Kim's first single?
When we first got, when you're writing for a singer, this is a big discussion. When you're writing for a singer, singers are like actors, you know. It's like there's certain actors that you would believe in a role, and there's certain actors that you wouldn't. You know, if you had Billy, what's his name? I don't know. If you had Rowan Atkinson in The Expendables, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
If you had Arnold Schwarzenegger in When Harry Met Sally, you wouldn't believe it. So whenever I meet a singer or work with a singer, I have to believe in them and sort of go like, what is it that I can write for you? What is it you would be able to deliver? And in the later stages of Skin, because we started out as like very much a classic rock band, and then I was starting to be influenced by other music, and I just wrote them. And I wouldn't say that all of those songs suited the singer of Skin optimally, you know. And Love Like Suicide was one of those songs. It was like, I knew it was a good song, and I knew that the singer of Skin did a fantastic job on it, but I always knew that that could be better. There was a way of making that better than it actually was. And that sort of stuck in my brain for many years. I could name you 10 other songs like that as well. And then as soon as I heard Kim, it was like, that's the song for her.
Yeah.
And she walked in, I played it to her. She goes, "Oh, I really like this. This is great." And she sang it. And then when I heard her sing the original Middle Eight, I thought, no, she needs something much more special to show off her voice, because she'd taken the song to a much more fragile element, which she's capable of, and then she has this huge power element, and I needed the song to go to a much bigger extreme, which is why I put that new Middle Eight in there. And she hits a note that very few singers on this planet would be able to hear, and it was because I knew that she would be able to do that line. It's like a Christopher Walken moment. I always relate music to with movies. You know, there's certain actors who are capable of delivering a line which no one else would. You know, like Russell Crowe in Gladiator. Are you not entertained? You know, there's very few people that would do it like that, and singers are the same for me. When I heard Sim King, it was like, she needs a line like that, so you write a line for her like that. You know, when I was writing for Neville, you know, I thought, you can do this and you can do that, and so you write a Look But Don't Touch, or you write a Tower of Strength. You know, if I was working with another singer, those songs wouldn't materialize, because I'm feeding off the character within the singer to create something for them.